one of the biggest industries in America. They have created driverless semi-trucks, and before the end of this year, they plan to have them on the roads in Texas running fully autonomously.
I don't have no job because the company I worked for went into bankruptcy.
I've been over here 13 years. Tomorrow my last day. Going home. So pray for the drivers that lost their jobs.
Somebody make it make sense to me. Montgomery Transport, a whole trucking company, just shut down. Drivers out of work. Trucks parked. Families about to be struggling.
So, good morning, good Friday. I'm not saying happy because I'm not happy. I'm not good. I hope this finds everyone that I know. And I hope this gets out there. But as a lot of y'all know, as of yesterday, Thursday, October 9th, 2025, I became jobless. I don't have no job because the company I worked for went into bankruptcy. So I still got to make this final delivery in Virginia, and I got to take the truck back to Birmingham, Alabama. So as of right now, everything that I can get off of TikTok will be greatly appreciated. It's going to help us out a lot until I am able to find me another job.
Lately, I've been seeing a lot of people talking about how trucking is just basically going in the trash and how, trucking is slowing down or whatever. And on top of that, it's signs that the shit is real too. Like 2 trucking companies have actually closed down and they not even open no more. Carol Foamer, and I think the other one is like Montgomery Transport. I think that's like a flatbed company or something like that, right? I'm saying this to say, like, if you a trucker, I don't think you should just rely on your CDL to make money. You gotta have something to fall back on, because the signs are already here. Like, the writing is on the wall. Like, certain divisions of trucking, shit might not be stable. You know what I'm saying? It's actual trucking companies closing down. And then on top of that, to get certain CDL jobs, the shit can be hard. Companies can be playing games and shit like that. That's why, you can't just rely on trucking to make money. You got to be able to do something else. Like, I've actually thought about getting another trade, and I think I'm going to do that soon. Get another trade or just, like, make some type of pivot outside of trucking. Because just relying on trucking by itself, I don't think that shit is stable. I don't think you should do that. You know what I'm saying? This basically is for all truckers. Like, all truckers can probably relate to what I'm saying right now.
Yo, for the people who don't know, yes, Montgomery Transport did shut the doors today. I've been over here 13 years. Tomorrow my last day. Going home. So pray for the drivers that lost their jobs, the people in the office that lost their jobs. And pray they find something big and better. But hey, life goes on. Everything is meant to be. Life is only temporary anyway, so we just here living our moment out. So hey, catch you on the flip side until I find me something new to do.
Hello my friends, it is fantastic to see you for yet another video, and as you guys can probably imagine, since I have started this channel, there have been a few occasions where I have ruffled the feathers of some Trump-humping truck driver out there, because when I come on and I do these trucking videos, I come with the facts, my friends, the destruction that Donald Trump is actually causing to the trucking industry in America. And you know how it is with the MAGA movement, it is a bunch of overly emotional people that their policies are based solely on how they feel about something instead of the actual data and the facts that are going on out there. And I know what I'm up against, my friends. I imagine it's only a matter of time before the threats come in, the doxing comes in, the attempts at intimidation, the smear campaigns. I know what I'm up against, baby, but you know what? I choose to stand here no matter what happens on the right side of this argument and explain to rural America what it is, rural and working class America rather, what it is that Donald Trump is actually doing to the American people and how he is screwing us all over. So today I'm going to come to you with some more information about what's going on in trucking, and I kind of did that first part because I find it kind of humorous. You see, I've been a truck driver for a very long time, and the MAGA movement and the trucking industry are very similar in mindsets, right? It's normally like the biggest, loudest, and oftentimes dumbest motherfucker in a room that just starts shouting stuff, and a bunch of people that claim to be masculine, manly men fall in line and do what they're told. That is the MAGA movement, and that is trucking for the most part also. I've been calling out kind of the bullshit of trucking for a lot of years about how people just say stuff without even thinking about it, and that's not what we're here for today. That's not what we're here for today. We're here for the absolute carnage that Donald Trump is bringing to the truckers in America. Obviously, it's been really bad. I have come to you guys with a few observations that I have made as a truck driver, and today I'm going to come to you with hardcore facts now to back up what I've been saying this entire time. So I want to give a quick recap of the few observations I have made for you guys about what's going on out here in the trucking industry. And I know a lot of you ask me for more trucking updates. What's going on? Tell us more what's going on with trucking. And I decided I'm only going to tell you stuff when it's completely relevant, when there's actually something going on. There's no sense in me trying to make shit up or trying to push a narrative. When something happens, I am happy to tell you about it. So, some of the observations I made recently, quick recap of them, was a full truck stop when it should have been empty, when a bunch of truckers should have been working, following the trends, the things I'm used to seeing as a person that's been a truck driver for over a decade. A Monday morning and a truck stop is full of truck drivers at 10:30 a.m. all looking for something to do. That's not fucking normal, my friends. Another observation I brought you was I was at a Walmart distribution center. Those places are notoriously busy, very few spots to park your trailer, and I went into one day where there was no traffic going in and out of the damn place. It was me all by myself, and then I pulled around to the area where we drop our trailers, and there were football fields of open fucking truck parking out there for us to drop our trailers. Like, I had never seen that many open spots at a Walmart distribution.
80% of these truck drivers voted for Trump in the 2024 election. And it doesn't stop there. The whole shipping industry is under attack by Trump. They are collapsing right now, guys, and no one is talking about it. Since April 1st, imports from China have dropped 36%. Ports like Los Angeles are reporting a 35% plunge in cargo. At least 80 cargo ships have gone, canceled, diverted, or are empty. Inside the United States, freight volumes have crashed 14.9% compared to last year. Thousands of truck drivers are now losing loads and losing jobs. Volvo just announced layoffs. 800 American workers are being cut. Independent truckers, the people we keep America running with, are barely surviving. Here's the hardest part. The truck drivers were some of Donald Trump's strongest supporters. 90%, guys, 90% of them voted for Trump. And look how he's treating them. This is insane. I don't understand. This isn't about politics anymore. This is about an American economic collapse happening right before our eyes. And who's paying the price? Truckers, dock workers.
Guys, things are a lot worse than I actually thought it was. I just got finished looking at about 6 TikToks, and not just TikTok videos, but videos on other social media platforms about a lot of the American truck drivers, as far as like the semi truck drivers who do the over-road driving, transporting goods from the ports to our local stores. A lot of the truck drivers are really hurt right now. I watched at least 3 videos where the truck drivers are saying just in this short amount of time with the tariffs going on that they have to actually sell their entire truck. A lot of those people pay at least $255,000 for the semi. So for those of you who don't know what those trucks cost, they cost around 200 and something thousand. One guy said the best offer that he got on the semi truck was $140,000, and the semi truck is actually a 2020, a 2020. That's just shy of 5 years old. So it's real out here when the truck drivers start speaking out about what's going on with them. They're experiencing a huge shortage where it comes to them being contractors, being contracted out to ship stuff for this company and ship stuff for that company. A lot of those guys that's even saying that selling their trucks, they're applying for local jobs where they can drive for a company. And they said a lot of those companies that ships products are actually laying their employees off. Or some of them are even cutting their employees' hours. So it's definitely real. Just seeing the videos like that just let me know just how serious things are, because these are people making videos that lives are really 100% being impacted by the tariffs. We would have never thought in a million years that putting tariffs on China and putting tariffs on these other countries would affect the United States so fast. I would have never thought that the impact would be so fast. The store shelves, a lot of the store shelves really are running empty right now. A lot of people are still using their overstocked products that they ordered from these companies, meaning that shipments are still coming in because they were ordered before the tariffs were implemented. And so they have to honor what's been implemented, basically like a contract type deal. So things are more serious than I thought it was, man. And like, if this is like only the second day of May 2025, I mean, I hate to see what the second and third week of May is going to look like. And we are just in the second day of May, and we're already seeing a humongous catastrophic breakdown of people already talking about losing their jobs when it comes to trucking and transporting food from one state to the next state. The ports are just really, it's bad. What's going on at the ports right now, it's bad. And you know what's really worse? A lot of those jobs are actually union jobs, and the union can't really do anything about that. They can't really override the president of the United States. So I wanted to just bring you guys that, man. That's really some heartbreaking, sad news, man. Thank you guys for watching.
The trucking business out in the United States right now, it's getting really bad thanks to Donald Trump's tariffs. I picked up a trucker today, Jacob. He is from Chicago, Illinois, here in South Florida. And he is 64 years old. He's been driving as a trucker 40 years. And he told me today that it is absolutely terrible out there. It's almost as bad as it was under part of the pandemic, and that it's certainly much worse than it was under the Biden years. And his route, normally he usually runs Chicago to Los Angeles and Chicago to Seattle, and he says there are just no jobs. There are no jobs because there is no cargo coming in on the West Coast as it once was from China, Japan, and other countries because of Donald Trump's tariffs, period. And he had brought had a job, I guess, that went from Chicago to the Fort Lauderdale area, and was picking up another job from here, from either Fort Lauderdale or Miami, going back up north, but that it was very difficult out there. So interested to hear from any of my other truckers. This is not talking about what's in Florida, so I don't want all my truckers to tell, oh, it's bad in Florida. These aren't Florida runs. These are California, LA to Chicago, Seattle to Chicago. That business is non-existent. And he said it's hard out there right now. So my friend Cuban Joe, pipe in. Anybody else is a trucker, pipe in. Let me know what you're seeing and what you're hearing. But I'm hearing it's extremely difficult. And again, those of you who don't know me, I'm Greg. I drive Uber now full-time. Actually, I've passed 40,700 rides in the last 4.5 years, full-time, a year part-time. I was a high school teacher many years here in South Florida, Marjorie Stoneman Douglas in Parkland. You know what happened in Parkland. And worked for a Senator, John P. East from North Carolina in Washington, D.C., and worked for a Governor, James Martin, in North Carolina. So for those of you that just think I'm some Uber driver that doesn't know anything, I know a whole lot about a whole lot of things, but that's the reality of the situation right now, at least what I'm hearing on the ground. It's bad if you're a trucker. Love to hear from my Democrats, my MAGAs, my crazies, my cuckoos, my burned out light bulbs. Anybody else want to pipe in, my truckers? And definitely, you know, routes from Mexico into the U.S., I'm sure it's bad. Same thing, Canada coming in the United States is bad because Donald Trump has choked off the economy with these tariffs. Thank you, Donald Trump. You are really, really, really helping the economy by doing this. Look at all the companies that are coming back to the United States. I've not heard of one. Have you?
Guys, tell me why I just looked on TikTok like for the first time today, and all I see on my For You page is the President of the United States answering questions about, do he think that the tariffs on China was a good idea based on the fact that the ports are literally running empty and truck drivers are losing their jobs. Donald Trump answered the question without hesitation this time. I know sometimes Trump, he won't just come right out and answer the question. He answered the question this time. He said it's okay. He said it's okay. He's basically saying that it's okay for the ports to run empty like they are. He's also saying that it's okay for the truck drivers to lose their jobs because more money is coming into the U.S. with the tariffs. Now, I will say this. That is correct. There's more money coming into the U.S. with the tariffs, but at what cost? Thousands of truck drivers losing their jobs. Now, I just witnessed this firsthand about truck drivers. I'm coming up the highway just now before I started this TikTok, picking my little ones up from school, and I see semis on the highway, but not as aggressive as I'm usually seeing them on the highway, which means a lot of these truck drivers are starting to get laid off and starting to lose their jobs, man, because it looks like the money that's being pulled into the United States from the tariffs, it's going to bring more money to the U.S., but it's not bringing any jobs to the U.S. So let me know what you guys think of this right here. Like, he said it right out of his own mouth. I mean, I watched the clips to make sure that it wasn't edited, it wasn't jump cuts, it wasn't chopped. It was original content straight from the president. He said that he's okay with the ports being the way that they are and truck drivers losing their jobs because more money is coming to the U.S. I would normally try to stitch his video into my video, but y'all know TikTok is changing the rules where it has to be your own original content. So on my TikTok, I try not to do that. But let me know what you guys think of that, man. That's crazy because some of these truck drivers that's been affected could be a loved one of yours, a husband, a dad, granddad, a close relative, brother or sister. So it's gonna get real. I mean, this is just the beginning, and Trump's not letting up either. That's the wild thing. He's not letting up.